Hey, welcome everybody. Name is Vince Peatros. This is my first actual podcast that I'm starting. A guy named Diamond, my boy, had me as a guest host on the Jizzle Knows podcast. So now I'm going to venture off and do my own thing. And what I'm going to be dealing with and talking to you about is my 23 years in the auto industry as a sales manager, finance manager, internet director, and closer. I'm going to be sharing with you all the little tricks of the trades, what we do to customers to manipulate them to make big earnings. So what I'm going to do is educate you on how you don't get taken advantage of. Okay, we are wolves. Make no mistake about that in this industry, and we prowl on the weak. The weak being minority women, elderly people, young people. So across the board, we try and take advantage of you. So there's going to be certain things I'm going to be discussing in the podcast. Today is just a general overview of what I'm going to be discussing on different topics. Your trade-ins, how we decide what to give you for your trade-in, and how we manipulate you so we can turn your trade-in into big profits for the dealership. We're also going to be talking about finance charges, on how we kind of take advantage of you on your interest rates. Then we'll be discussing how much money we make on you when it comes to selling warranty, gap, all the accessories. We call it fluff money. It kind of benefits you in the long run, but it surely benefits us right then and there because we take advantage of you. Also, we're going to be talking about vulnerabilities for customers, what we look for, how we zone in on you where we can take full advantage of you. I've been doing this for 23 years. Unfortunately, hey man, I'm a beast in this industry, and the claws are out when I see you. And there's thousands of guys and ladies just like me. One of the aspects when you sign your contracts and you go back into the finance department to sign all your legal documents, those people in the finance department are not your friends. They are out for self and out for the dealership. They do not have your best interests at heart because they're wolves. As a sales manager, I'm the one that loads everything into the system, all your personal information. I'm the one that submits your packages to what's called Dealer Track to different lenders for an approval. And I'm going to discuss how the dealerships make huge profits with the banks. These are a lot of hidden secrets that you guys have never been exposed to. And so you think you know what you're doing when you go into a dealership because you bought 5 cars in your life. Well, let me tell you, in over 23 years in this industry, I've sold over 30,000 cars. So who has the upper hand? Yeah, that would be us, not you. Okay, I have dealt with attorneys, engineers, bean counters, doctors, you name it. I took full advantage of each and every one of them, just like they take advantage of you when you go into their line of work. Okay, attorneys charge the gazoo. They take advantage of you. We're no different. So I'm going to create some literature that you can buy. I'm going to have my PayPal account set up, my CASHAPP set up, and also what I'm going to do for people in Southern California that need my expertise, I can actually negotiate your deal over the phone with you while you're at the dealership. And I can get you the best deal in town, save you a bunch of money on interest rate, down payment, term, your trade, the whole nine. But there's a cost associated with that because of the experience that I have. I'll pass it on to you, okay, for a small fee. Now, the reason I'm doing this, I'm done with the auto industry. I'm really tired of taking advantage of customers. I'll give you one example. In 2001, I had an African-American lady buy a 1999 Mitsubishi Galant. Mind you, the car's on sale for $15,900. So when I sat down with her, as my salesperson was right next to me, I negotiated the deal. I had her put $5,000 down for 72 months at $555 a month payment. So that little $15,000 car plus tax and license comes out to about roughly $18,000, give or take a couple dollars here and there. By the time she got done financing that car, she'd have spent close to $60,000 for that car. So needless to say, my salesperson was happy because he had a huge commission, but I was happy too because I got a big commission. That lady's payment should have been nowhere than about $300, $350 a month. So this is what we do. We're piranhas in this field. And did I feel bad? I think I felt bad for about 2 seconds because I instantly shut it back off and said, this is what I do for a living. And if I have to work these ungodly hours, y'all gonna pay for it. You really are. And I have no apprehensions of trying to fool you guys on what we do for a living. This is to the core, cut to the chase, how it is in the auto industry. And there's gonna be a lot of you guys out there saying, you know what? He's right. I know I got taken advantage of at a dealership, but I'm here today and for the next bunch of episodes to teach you not to be that person anymore. Okay, I have worked in the industry. I've had months where I've made $30,000, $35,000 in 1 month. That's crazy. Okay, I average for 20 plus years about $170,000, $180,000 a year. All at the behest of taking advantages of customers. Okay, so there's a lot of women out there that's gonna be watching this. A lot of first-time buyers out there. Oh, we really love first-time buyers because they know absolutely nothing. I mean, nothing. I'll put them in the palm of my hand and I'll mold them and cultivate them, make them do whatever I want to do. Next thing you know, whip, whip, whap, 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 whap. $10,000 deal. Salesperson makes about $2,500. I don't get about 800 of that. Okay, so it would behoove you, as my good friend Diamond would say, to listen to me. Because this is no holds bar. I'm coming at the dealerships now, okay, with vengeance. I just resigned from a dealership about 2.5 weeks ago now, and my guy Diamond with Jizzle Nose would always say, man, how do you sleep at night? How don't you feel bad? No, not at all. My wife loved the checks, took care of my kids. They had whatever they want growing up, never had a problem. But I think it's time to turn the tables now, because right now the auto industry is really suffering. With the computer chip shortages coming from China, you'll see a lot of new car dealerships. They don't have a large inventory. The pre-owned cars they don't have, because people trade in cars to get new cars, and that's how dealerships get the big used car inventory. So right now it's kind of flat across the board all across the country. And I tell you, there's going to be a time as things kind of temper down and things kind of get back to normal, they're going to be right back at it, because they got a lot of money to make up on, because they've lost a lot of money. You know, most dealerships, new car dealerships, minimum 15, 20, 25 salespeople. Because there's no inventory now, they've cut their staff down to about 4 or 5 salespeople, because there's no inventory. But what they're doing now on new cars, they have what's called a markup, because of supply and demand. There's not enough cars in the inventory. So you suckers that are going to the dealership right now, buying brand new cars, paying $5,000 and $10,000 over MSRP, shame on your ass. You know better than that. Don't be that desperate to buy a car. If you're in a car right now and you see they're gouging, don't be that fool. Don't be that customer. Wait it out. Because right now, you come in, there are no discounts. There's no nothing. And they will gladly say, take it or leave it. And 70% of you suckers will take it, because you're impatient and you need to slow down, push on the brakes, and just let things slow down. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk through step by step on every facet that goes into new car sales and used car sales on where we take advantage of you. Okay, so when you trade in your car, just a little tidbit right here. So let's say you have a 2014 BMW, whatever model, BMW, and you owe about $12,000, and your car is worth about $16,000. You know the first thing I'm going to say to you when you want to trade that car in as far as value goes? I'm going to offer you about $3,000. And you're going to say, man, that's absurd. I'm like, hey, man, kind of is what it is. Because my job is to steal your trade. Because the less I take in for your car, the bigger the profit dealer makes on that vehicle when they wholesale it or put it back on the lot to sell. So there's a lot of things that you guys don't know about. So what I'm going to do now, we're about 10 minutes or so into this process, I'm just going to leave you with these little teasers. Stay tuned, be smart, and be ready to save yourself some money. Peace out.